Alright, everybody, doing a response for Dustin Bellinger. Not even sure I'm going to be able to upload this on time. I'm cutting it kind of close. But either way, just wanted to do it. It's a fun little response that he was asking for. He had three separate categories. He said you could just choose one, but I'm going to do all three. So first off, he wanted to see a card of a player with ties to Nebraska. So I chose this autograph of Alex Gordon. Used to be a big time prospect back then. This used to be a pretty big card. I didn't get it back then though. I got it like after a few years after he'd been called up. Because a lot of people forget he got called up as a third baseman and struggled a bit those first few years offensively and defensively. Was making a ton of errors at third base. So I think a lot of people just thought he was going to be like a complete bust, and they started dumping his cards. So this used to be like a triple digit card when it came out, or close to it. But when I got it for like $12. And as it turns out, he ended up being a pretty good player. They ended up moving him to left field, and he became a Gold Glove winning left fielder. 8 Gold Gloves. I was surprised to see that. I was looking it up. I knew he had won like 2 or 3, but didn't think he had gotten all the way up to 8. And was also a 3-time All-Star, World Series winner. That probably would have been the best time to flip this if I really wanted to, when they beat the Mets in the World Series, but I just really didn't care to move it. I like the card, don't mind keeping it. So yeah, even though it's like a $15, $20 card now, he still had a very respectable career. Not sure if you can see there, but he was born in Lincoln, Nebraska, and played college ball at Nebraska. So that's going to be my entry for the Nebraska category. Next, he wanted to see a card of a Hall of Famer. Could be any card of any Hall of Famer. So I chose a guy who is arguably Dustin's favorite Hall of Famer, Roberto Clemente. And I think I showed this card in a previous response for Dustin a few years ago. But never a bad time to show a Clemente jersey card or a Clemente bat card. So love both of these cards. I'll take any opportunity I can to show both of them. So there's my entry for the Hall of Fame category. And last thing, he wanted to see some kind of oddball or regional item. And I was asking if it had to be a card or if it could be something else. And he said it could be anything. So I decided to show some of this stuff from the New York Post. For a few years, the Post was doing a bunch of different Yankee things like this. So this year they had these coins, has a bunch of Yankee legends on it. And I think the way you would get these was you had to buy the newspaper and then you buy one of these. Like you weren't supposed to buy these by themselves, or you weren't supposed to, but I'm sure some people broke those rules all the time. But yeah, buying the newspaper would like earn you the right to buy one of these things. And I think it was like every day or every week you'd get a new player. And I couldn't get them all myself. Thankfully, I had some family and friends helping me. So the days that I couldn't get them, they would help me and get them for me. But yeah, and then this album that you put them in is pretty cool too. Has the players on the side there, a little bit of info for each player, and some more on the other side. And you got the Mick on the back, bunch more info right there. And there's the cover for that one. But like I said, the New York Post did similar things like this for a few years, and I have some of the other ones, so I'm going to show those too. So here's another coin set, but this year they went with players from that year's current roster rather than the legendary players. Personally, I like the way these look better, just don't like the selection of players as much. But they do have Bernie right there, so that's good. And again, the album is designed really nice. Got some photos right there. Got some more photos and info. You got a timeline of different Yankee events. And the cover's really nice too. So I really appreciate the effort that they put into making these. And I have a few other ones, so let's get to those. Now this year they changed it up a bit. Rather than going with the regular coins, they went with like some baseballs with the face of the coin on top. I took one out to give you a better look at them here. There's legendary Yankee pitcher Jarrett Wright. You see the baseball, got the Yankee logo right there. And these plastic things, they came in these plastic things, and you would place them wherever they go. So kind of cool to do a little something different. And yet again, they put a lot of player info on the sides here. And again, it was the current year's roster on this one. Some more player info there. Even more stuff to read there. There's the cover of that one. That's how the baseballs look on the back. Got one more to show, so let's get to that one. Now for this one, they changed it up even more. Rather than doing any kind of coins, they did pins instead. Never even put the pins into this album. Not even sure if I completed the set this year. I keep the pins in a box over here. Let me show you some of them. You got the Jeter, so you pay $2.99 a piece for these. Again, after buying the New York Post newspaper, then you would get them like this. Giambi. I actually have a lot of them here, so maybe I do have the complete set on these. Pettit. Got a logo one there. And I even got some doubles for some of these in there. But yeah, and again, they put a pretty good effort into designing the album for these. Got info on all the different players, and then you would put the pin in there. I don't think this one had as many pages though as the other ones. There you got some more reading material there. I like the way this one closes with the Yankee top hat there. So again, just some nicely designed things there by the New York Post. Fun to look through. So there you go. That's going to be my pick for the oddball / regional item category. Gonna try to get this uploaded as soon as possible. So thanks to Dustin Bellinger for running the contest, and I'll catch you all later.